Alright, hi everybody. So today's video is my Once Upon a Time Season 7, Episode 2 A Pirate's Life review. I was gonna do it earlier, but I had like really bad runny nose. You could probably tell my blind bag opening, and like when I started filming this review, it was just really bad, and I couldn't keep my nose, like couldn't stop sniffling and everything like that, and sneezing and all kinds of stuff. So I was like, I better just do it tomorrow when I feel better. So I feel better now. My nose is still a little bit stuffed, and so I might sniffle just a little bit, but not as bad as yesterday. But yeah, I was really happy with this episode for a lot of different reasons. I really enjoyed it, and I was gonna do, actually, I might as well do it anyways, because the big reveal of this episode, although it was kind of semi-revealed, like, on what day was it they put those pictures up? They put a bunch of pictures up, I think on Thursday maybe, or Wednesday? Thursday or Wednesday, one of those days. And there's a still of Emma and Hook, and that kind of made people think, wait a minute, but I was gonna go, how many of you guys have seen like the musical Chicago? There's a song called Me and My Baby, and I'm not a very good singer, but I'm gonna, me and my baby and me, right? I was thinking of that song, my sweet little baby, that little song. It's called Me and My Baby. It's not in the movie version of Chicago. It's in the Broadway version of Chicago, so you might have to listen to that version. It's a cute little song. Obviously, if you've seen it, it really doesn't apply here, but it's a fun thing because it's about having a baby, kind of, sort of, in that musical. But since babies are the topic here, Emma's pregnant. I mean, it was, like I said, the picture kind of hinted that she was going to be, and they had released a clip on last Friday, well, the Friday that the first episode had come out, that they were trying to get pregnant, it sounded like. So, and that's the episode, that's the first scene that you see of this episode, is young Henry, Hook, and Emma on the Jolly Roger, and Henry's going away, and then Emma mentions, like, what if we don't get our second chance? So it sounds like they were trying to get pregnant for a while, and they finally did, because she goes and she tells Henry that she's pregnant. I know there's a lot of people who don't like that Emma is pregnant because they think it's a replacement for Henry, and like, why is a baby a happy ending? Things like that. There are people that say she should have a miscarriage. Considering, I'm gonna look at it this way, considering the fact that Emma and Hook were trying to have a baby, she could have very well she could have very well have had a miscarriage at one point while trying to get pregnant, and this is maybe the first time that she's been successful, when she's gotten past that first trimester. And that's usually when women have the highest risk of having a miscarriage, is during the first trimester. So that could have happened. We don't know what, how Emma and Hook decided to have a family, how long they've been trying, if, they had to go to, the doctor and look at their fertility, and maybe Emma had to do hormones. Who knows? We don't know. What we do know is that Emma is pregnant now. That could have happened. Her and Hook could have struggled to get pregnant, and they could have very well have had a miscarriage or two. That happens, especially when women are trying to have a second baby, and it's very sad. I have family members that have gone through that experience, and hearing people say they wish that on somebody, even though it's a fictional character, makes me really sad that people think that. I don't think having children is a negative thing. yes, obviously the Emma we meet way back in the pilot didn't want kids. She didn't even want Henry. That sounds terrible to say, but it's true. She gave Henry up for adoption because she didn't think she could be a mom. Now, because she has let love into her life from her parents, from Henry, from Hook, from her friends, from the people of Storybrooke, I think now she's in a place where she knows she can be a mom, and that's why she's decided to have a baby. You know, the creators were like saying in an interview, it's something, you know, a married couple would discuss. Would we have kids, you know, or would we have more kids in Emma's case? So it and it is very natural, you know. Yeah, like Henry was an unplanned pregnancy. I myself was one, but my parents decided, okay, let's have another baby. And so they planned for one of my sisters. But that doesn't mean that she was a replacement for me because she was planned and thought out or anything like that. It doesn't mean I'm loved any less. And the same is going to apply to Henry. You know, just because Henry was an only child for a while doesn't mean that he's going to be loved any less. Doesn't mean he's being replaced. Yes, Emma will be focusing on the baby for a while because it's a baby. Babies need that focus and attention from both parents. But they will make time for Henry. Obviously, right now, Henry's doing his own thing. He's like, what, a 30-year-old man, right? Give or take. He's a man now, pretty much. He doesn't need mom all the time. He won't need either of his moms actually all the time. He won't need his stepdad. He won't need his grandparents all the time, because he is an adult now. And once you're an adult, you don't need your parents 24/7, right? But the baby will. And Henry, I think, understands this, and that's why he's like, I don't really want to go back to Storybrooke, you know. And Emma is understanding of that in that scene. So I think I'm really happy Emma's pregnant. It makes me happy, and I don't think it's a replacement. I don't think it's a negative thing. And it's okay to want to have a baby, you know, to expand your family. It's okay. I mean, even if Emma had ended up with Graham or Neil or whatever, I think she would have had another baby anyways, because she missed out on that with Henry. And even if she had raised Henry, I still think she would have had another baby. I think that it's in her character. And even Snow wanted another kid. I don't know why people weren't upset when Snow said, I want another baby, for some of the same reasons Emma is saying. So I don't think that's fair on Emma's case. Do I think this episode was a waste of Emma's time? No, because it was 2 days worth of filming. It was what Jen had agreed to. I don't blame Jen either. Jennifer Morrison. I don't blame her. Obviously it's what worked scheduling wise. They obviously wanted to get Emma storyline done early in the season instead of trying to wait until like the last second type of thing, when it sounds like Jen actually is trying to get a new movie in the works directing wise, so this is probably the best time for her to film her episode. So in terms of that makes a lot of sense. It could have been worse. She could have been there for like an hour or two one day and had 1 5-minute scene that we saw at the beginning of the episode. That would have been terrible. That would have been worse. It could have been like way less than what we got. Would I have loved more? Yes, absolutely. I would have loved more. I would have loved an entire episode where Emma is almost literally in every single scene. That would have been great. That would have been perfect. But that's not what we were going to get, because it is what Jen agreed to, and it's what they had to work around her schedule, and that's understandable from that side of things, the TV making business side of things. So it's understandable that we didn't get Jen for the whole episode, and it's okay. What we did get was wonderful and fantastic, and I loved all of it, and I'm glad that Emma has her happy ending or happy beginning. And the creators did point out something. Just because this is our last time seeing Emma on screen doesn't mean that Emma isn't with Henry. Getting to see Henry doesn't mean she hasn't met Lucy, hasn't met Cinderella or anything like that. That's probably happening off screen. It's just what they could do with Jen, and they will let us know. They can always bring in Hook, and Hook can like say something. They can do a book about it to fill in the gaps. All kinds of stuff that they could do, without having to have Jen come in and film stuff. So other than that, I don't think it was a waste. I really liked the episode. I give it a B. I thought it was better than the first episode. Let's talk about Hook. Since this was his centric episode. So Hook is the Hook. There's two Hooks. One Hook is in Storybrooke with Emma, and they're gonna raise their baby and have their happy beginning, And then it's the Wish Hook, the old fat Hook, turned young by Lady Tremaine. That's gonna help Henry in finding Cinderella, and then Henry's gonna help him find his daughter. So that's how Hook's story is. I'm okay with Hook having a daughter with someone else. I mean, technically, Emma had a child with Neil, so I don't see why there are people complaining that Hook shouldn't have a kid with, because it sounds like it was before, in the Wish world, Emma was born, so that would make sense, from a timeline, point of view. And I mean, Emma technically had Henry before she was in a relationship with Hook, so I don't, again, one of those weird things. I don't know why people are complaining about that aspect. So I think that will be this Hook's focus, is trying to find his daughter and get her back. It sounds like the mother isn't alive, so I don't think they're gonna do a love story with the mother or anything like that. So I don't think Hook's getting a new love interest, or at least Hook is. Because they know, I think Adam and Eddie, no fans won't be happy with that, so I don't think that's gonna happen. I think his true love for Wish Hook will be his daughter, who I'm gonna call it is probably Rapunzel, because he mentioned that a witch took her and held her prisoner, and that's usually how Rapunzel's story goes. So I think it's Rapunzel, the new version of Rapunzel. Although the actress, I had to look up what the actress looks like. I don't know if she really looks like she could be Hook's daughter, to be honest, but I'll look it up again, double check. But yeah, I think at least that's a good motivation for Hook to have, finding a lost child. I'll be interested to know, why the witch took his daughter and things like that. I have a feeling it's the one actress they've cast, is it Emma Booth or something like that? She's playing a witch, so I think it's her that took Hook's daughter. We'll find out down the line. We'll see. But at least that explains why Hook's there, and with Emma too, or like how Hook is, Hook and Emma's happy beginning is still intact when he's in Hyperion Heights. So at least it explains that. Was I thinking it was going to be that? Not really. I thought they were going to do like a literal clone type of thing that was going to magically disappear once the curse ended or something like that. I don't know. I wasn't thinking the Wish Hook, because he was old and fat, and I was like, oh, but he's old or something. And my other theory was it ends up being a Hook from that realm, like a different Hook all over, kind of like Cinderella and Lady Tremaine and Alice type of thing. But I was wrong. It was just okay. I mean, at least it explains why Hook is there and allows Emma and Hook to have their happy beginning, which makes me a little happy. I mean, I would rather have no Hook, really, just because this is getting really confusing. Not too confusing. I mean, I watch Doctor Who, and that's way more confusing than this show at times. So, but yeah, I mean, at least it explains there, and they kind of sort of also explain why Regina stayed too in that episode. It was done. I thought they were gonna do more with that, but okay. I really liked Colin and Andrew's relationship on screen. I thought it was great. I want to see more of that. So I guess in a way I am excited to see Hook, because I want to see him and older Henry together. I think they have great, is chemistry the right word? I'm gonna go with chemistry. Together, they just work as like a stepson and stepfather relationship. I'm excited to see more of it on screen. That's what I'm looking forward to. Among like getting to see more of Alice, we did get more of Rumpelstiltskin in this episode than we did in the first one. Again, not really much there going on. I'm hoping Robert Carlyle gets more to do since he was the one actor they really wanted to stick around. So I hope they give him some good stuff this season. But this episode really was great for Colin. He was just fantastic. His acting was so good. Colin's acting was wonderful. He was funny, and when he's talking about his daughter, it was really beautiful. I loved his acting in this episode, and I loved how he kept the two hooks very separate at times. It felt like there were two different people who went on two different journeys. One fell in love, one didn't, type of thing. And I really liked that. And then I'm so happy that Cinderella wasn't in this episode a lot. Thank you. I am not liking her. I'm gonna keep watching. I'm hoping she gets better, but I just don't. And I don't necessarily blame the writing. I think it's the actress. I don't know. I don't like Cinderella. I did like Tiana. I'm glad she had a bit more to do in this episode, so I'm looking forward to her as well. So Hook and older Henry, looking forward to their relationship play out. Tiana, looking forward to learning more about her. Looking forward to getting to see if I'm right, and it is Rapunzel who's Hook's daughter. Looking forward to more Alice, even though she wasn't in this episode. And I'm super happy that Emma got her happy beginning and is having a baby. Yay! And hopefully we'll find out more information down the line about what's going on with her, because I don't think, even though they said this is her curtain call, I don't think they're truly done with Emma. I think we'll find out more just through people's telling us, maybe we'll see the baby, but we'll see it from Hook's side of things, type of thing. And maybe we'll learn more from an episode if they can get Snow and Charming to come back. Hopefully, right? I would love to see Snow and Charming come back. We'll see. But yeah, I give it a B, this episode overall. The first one I would have given a D. It wasn't that great. Could have been more. But this episode, a B for sure. I was very happy with it, and I could watch this episode again, just like I can the episodes from the first 6 seasons. And I really enjoyed it. I'm still gonna watch. I'm slightly more excited, but not really, for this season. I'm gonna keep watching until I get to the point where I don't know if I can watch anymore. I really like doing these reviews, but we'll see. I will be back next weekend for the review of episode 3, who's something, I can't remember the name of the title. I'll remember it for the video, but yeah, I will see you then. Bye, and have a good night.